Sting has spent the better part of his 70 years in a cycle of writing, recording, and touring, a cycle he loves and knows well. But when the pandemic hit in March of 2020, Sting found himself at home, searching for inspiration. I had a chance to sit down with Sting to talk about what that period of life was like and how from that he was able to make his 15th studio album called The Bridge. Here's a look at our conversation.
If it's love, you must surrender. If it's love that's turned you around, if it's love, the odds are slender. If it's love, you're sunk without a trace. One case can bring you down.
Well, it's so great to meet you. Congratulations, by the way, on your 15th solo studio album. You know, I'm always so interested in process, in people's process, in artists' process. And I would have to think that with the pandemic, that changed for you a little bit. Walk me through what it was like to work within the confines of, you know, what was going on outside.
I was in the middle of my touring cycle. I was performing in my play, The Last Ship, in San Francisco, and the mayor quite rightly shut the whole city down and we all had to go home. So I just moved my cycle forward. I got home, thought, what on earth am I going to do? There's my studio. We'll start work at 10 in the morning and work till dinner and do that every day. Even though I had no idea what I would want to write about, I had no agenda, but only just to keep myself occupied and stop myself going nuts. So in a sense, it was not such a novelty. It was quite normal. I didn't want to write about the pandemic. So, you know, I suppose you access the subconscious, and confinement will do that for you. And I just, you know, creativity is like fishing. You go to the river, you throw a line in, and most days you don't catch a fish. You know, day after day, and then suddenly on a Thursday you catch a fish, and that's the same with a song. You know, they'll come to you when they're ready to come to you. But I know if you don't go to the river, you will not catch a fish. So I know that to turn up in the studio and just sit there for hours on end and try things, that's the way it comes. Just perseverance and discipline.
This is the sound of rushing water flooding through my brain. This is the sound of God's own daughter calling out your name.
And when you talk about your cycle and taking that touring portion, though, out of your cycle, what does that do for you personally to not have sort of that feedback, I guess, from somebody sitting there and listening to you?
Well, I have to say that's one of the most lovely parts of my life. You walk out on stage in front of thousands of people and they're all pleased to see you. That's really rather nice. And I've got used to that over 40 odd years. When that's taken away, you know, you're looking for the dog to love you, you know, the cat to love you.
Anybody.
I mean, the cats do love me and the dog loves me as well. But, you know, it's not the same as 10,000 people go, yeah, we're happy to see you. I had that wonderful experience of going back there in Las Vegas over the past 3 weeks. And there I am in my living room, which is, you know, where my musicians are. I know where all the furniture is and the audience is there and I'm singing. So I've got back to my life, which is such a relief.
Take me back to that first night, though. Okay, you walk out on stage, that energy, what was that like for you?
It's a little nerve-wracking because you haven't done it for so long and you think, well, can I still do it? What's going to happen when I open my mouth?
You really you got nervous?
Of course I do.
That surprises me.
I'm prepared mentally, but you never know what's going to happen. You have no idea what's on the other side of that curtain. The curtain is raised, I walk out, I start singing, and the first note's in tune, and the second one is, and the third one, and then I can see I'm getting a reaction, and then I feel like I'm home. But I assume nothing until those first notes are sung.
Along with the album, you released a web series. It really is a behind-the-scenes look at your life, what it's like to be on the road. What was that like for you?
Well, I think people would, you know, maybe have a preconception about what it's like to be me. I I have citizens' rights. You know, any city I'm in, I will walk around, usually alone, or in this case, I was with my manager, who always has a phone camera at hand, and we'd be walking down the street in Paris, and we'd go past the Arc de Triomphe, you know, and it was when it was all wrapped up by the artist Christo. It was quite an exceptional thing, and just me commenting on what I'm seeing, or being in the Channel Tunnel. Just normal stuff, or playing in the Pantheon and going up to the top of the thing and seeing the whole of Paris below me, just with a comment. And this is what we do when we're not on stage. We are traveling, and we are, you know, experiencing some of the most remarkable cities in the world. So it was kind of easy to do. Just you know, living my normal life and then looking at the camera and saying, "Here's where we are." Tonight we're preparing to do a show. My second show, and it's my birthday.
Well, speaking of traveling, my sister lives in Las Vegas, so I know you're back on in June. I'm going to try to make my way there, hopefully with her. I haven't seen my sister in a long time, so what a reunion that would be. Saying pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much.
Well, come back and say hello. I'm sure my people can organize that.
That would be incredible. Thank you.
All right,
Thanks for your time.
God bless you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.